time.
Hey, what's up, guys? I am here with Josh Hinger. Josh, how are you doing, man?
Super great. How are you?
Oh, my goodness. That was too much energy. You don't normally have that much energy.
Well, you know, I played some short matches, and I still got a lot of caffeine inside my body from all the 5 cups of coffee that I drank. So,
whatever character you're playing right now is adorable. Leave the character work to the professionals. Listen, I don't try and go out and guillotine people in front of you. I wish that you don't do characters in front of me.
Okay, I'll be serious, Josh. I'll be the Josh that everyone knows.
Is that really what you're like?
What the fuck are you looking at?
Oh, my God, no. That's mean. All right, well, can I have medium, Josh? Like somewhere between the two? Okay. Let me ask this. You came out here. This is for the trials. Talk to us how you found out and what made you want to come out and do this.
Actually, it was the guys at Flow Grappling hit me up. They asked me if I was going to come out here and do this, and I said, "What is it?" I said, "What is that?" And they said, "Oh, they actually talked it up nicely, and they said it's a great event, super big, and they're like, man, you should totally do it." And so I sat on it for a few weeks, and then Blair Green messaged me and then asked if any of me or my teammates were coming out, and I talked to him about it a lot. He gave me a lot of information. So then I just pulled the trigger. I said, okay, let's do it. And all my teammates are here in Vegas also. They're at the IBJJF Vegas Open racking up their points for the Worlds.
I saw that, man.
Luckily, I already did that, so I don't need any points. And so I thought this would be a great opportunity to both travel with them and hang out with them, but come over here and do a different tournament with a different rule set. Different people, we see IBJJF, we see the same people every division.
I know, I run into you all the time.
Especially black belts, it's like the same 20 dudes are mixing around in the same 3 different weight classes. And so it was nice to come here, and I fought. Look at these 2 guys out here right now. I battled with both these guys. They're fighting for 3rd place right now. I know the camera can't see it, but man, these guys, I had no idea who they were, but man, these are tough MMA fighters with solid wrestling, and they're really strong and athletic, and I didn't know anything about them, and man, they gave me hell, and it was nice to compete against people with a different style, oh, look at them go, ooh, just kidding.
Stay with us, stay.
Yeah. But luckily, they also didn't know about my secret.
Yeah, I know.
The Hinger team.
That's a big secret, especially when you come to a more wrestling-based tournament.
They didn't know. They didn't know. They walked right into it. Both of them.
I 100% should have given them the heads up. That's like, whatever you do, if you shoot in, you'll regret it. I promise.
Well, I love this tournament because if you pull guard, it's a 2-point penalty. So that's a big penalty. It's not an advantage or like a tie-breaking penalty. It's a 2-point penalty. And man, look at him choke his face off. Oh, just kidding.
Makes for great interviews to tell people what they can't see off here.
Oh my God, you guys are missing out right now. No, seriously though, it's nice because you have to take the other guy down, so they have to take me down, and that's a wonderful opportunity for my guillotine skills to come in handy. So
it plays right into your game, and that's great, especially when you're coming into unfamiliar territory to have that happen, I'm sure, and the instincts start coming in. Well, let me ask this. So now that you've got all this, what does it feel like to be representing the USA, man? I mean, I believe
it's pronounced Team USA.
USA?
USA.
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 Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Spent a little bit too much time with the Brazilians, I see now.
No, and Europe also. USA.
Okay.
USA.
How does it feel to be representing Team USA?
I'm very happy to represent my country and Team USA.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. So that's coming up in October. What's happening in the meantime? Are you going to keep writing incendiary articles that are just basically clickbait?
They're not clickbait, man.
They're 100% clickbait. You mean to tell me that when you put a headline together, you don't sit there and go, ha, 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 ha.
Okay, I want everyone to know that I only write the words. I do not make the headlines. Howell Teague.
Way to sell him out, dude.
Hal Teague makes the headlines, and he puts in the pictures. And he corrects my grammatical errors.
So he basically rewrites whatever you wrote.
But the content is mine, but the titles are not. Actually, the titles are pretty juicy, but I don't make those, yeah. I don't make titles at all. I just write.
Okay.
So
incapable of writing headlines. I got it. Okay. So when that happens and you create these articles, like what is it like? You do it like monthly almost, right?
Almost, yeah.
Okay.
About.
What does like that process feel like? Well, like how do you end up going about picking what you want to talk about?
It's whatever bothers me.
Scott in blue.
A lot of these things have been bothering me for years, and I never had a good outlet. Flow Grappling approached me one day to write an article, and I wrote it, and it performed pretty well. And then I think I asked them if I could write another for a salary or some compensation, and they obliged. And Hal and I like talk about topics. It's not always my idea,
Sure.
but he'll pitch some topics, and like basically anything I can get like emotional about, I'll write about it. I'm passionate about some topics.
When you say emotional, do you mean like sit down and like eat some ice cream as you're writing it, or like watch a scary movie, or I don't know? What are you thinking?
I'm passionate about certain topics, and some of them bother me more than others. And sometimes I think it's just look, someone needs to talk about some of these things, and if I can just get people talking about it, and I grant there's like 30% people that hate what I write, and maybe 70 that like it, or something like that. And as long as people are talking about it, that's all I was trying to do. I don't care if I'm right or wrong. I'm only sharing my opinion, and I know that. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just trying to give people something to think about, something to talk about, so that the sport can grow. I just want the sport to grow.
Absolutely. Let me give you something to talk about. Sub only. What are your thoughts on it, and especially in the gi?
I think it's cool. Yeah, this sub only is cool, man. It's cool. No one wants to see double guard pull, butt scooting, 50-50 battles. Like, no one wants to see that. It's super boring. I don't see why sub only no gi is better than sub only in a gi. I think gi matches are very exciting. I think they got a bad rap, and yeah, granted, like maybe at the IBJJF World Championships in a gi in the finals, it's going to be a boring match because there's a lot riding on that match. That is a big deal. Go to some of these opens; they're not a really big deal, and man, you'll see some really exciting, fun matches. But when there's a lot riding on a match, yeah, they're going to be safe, Like, if I'm at a trials tournament and it's in the finals, I'm not going to jump for a flying armbar, Like, that's crazy. Like, I want to try and stick to my A game, a safe, conservative, strong strategy that works for me. And we're going to do our best. But yeah, if I'm at an open tournament or, like, something small, like, I'll try something fun and exciting, of course. So, I don't know. I don't know.
All right, that's cool. I appreciate that.
Sub only is cool. Sub only is cool. That's what I'm saying.
I like that. All right, now, what's coming up next? You've obviously got, IBJJF Worlds coming up, but are there some like secret competitions that we don't know about yet that you can't tell us that you're going to tell us right now about?
The top secret IBJJF San Diego Open in 2 weeks. San Diego, being the center of Jiu-Jitsu universe, should turn out to be a super awesome tournament. I saw Carlos Frias and Herber Santos sign up for the ultra heavy division. That's gonna be a crazy fight, and I know Atos is gonna send the whole squad over there. We're gonna try to win the team title, of course. And
you guys are gonna cross the street to go over there, basically.
Yeah, but hey, we travel, man. We travel, and it's finally our turn to not travel. So but the Hibero Academy they got a lot of monsters there, and Crazy Humaita, they got some tough guys, and Victory MMA, they got some monsters. So it's gonna turn out to be a really great tournament.
All right, well, I'm excited about that, and then we know in October you'll be representing the USA.
USA. That's how the Russians are going to say it.
I was going to say it.
Can't you see the Russians cheering for Team USA?
100% see them cheering for us like they influenced our whole political campaign, allegedly.
USA. Go Trump. Go Trump.
Go Trump. Well, you know what? I have to say this. I think it's really adorable that they're granting those Make-A-Wish things to allow you to write articles. Because in the same way that you told me, I was like, you saw somebody who was on my show. You went up to them and you said, hey, you were great on that show. Yeah. And then I looked at you and I go,
he was great.
Yeah, what about me? And you go, yeah, I saw it. So it's the same thing that I look at with your articles where I go, no, yeah, I've seen your articles. They're good for an athlete.
It's your job to make your guests look good. And if I say that your guest looked good, that means you did a good job. Unlike what's happening right now with me as your guest.
I don't know. Sometimes it's really the guest's fault. Can't really do much to save that. I guess what I'm saying is, why don't you just appreciate me, Josh? Appreciate what I do, because I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate you.
That's what I thought. Josh, you are always entertaining. A fun time to talk to. We wish you nothing but the best. Congratulations again today. You really are a great example of what America has to offer in Jiu-Jitsu. So we're very much excited to see what you do in a few months.
Raph, that's probably the nicest thing you've ever said to me.
For now. If you're nice to me, I say nice things to you. That's kind of how this works.
Well, that's
how friendship works.
Okay, now I know.
All right. Anyways, keep it locked here at verbaltapcast.com, you guys.